Hey folks, gotta make a video of this. I just come across this. Hardly watch TYT anymore. And this is about the guy from Minnesota. They're interviewing him. The media, he was on CNN. Jake Tapper, and they're interviewing him. And he's one of the guys. He was a leader. He was leading for the VP candidate. So he's odds-on favorite. One of the odds-on favorite. But they're doing this. They're talking about him, Anna and Jink. Then they mentioned that maybe the media's they'll want him to be, because they're flaming, because they're asking the guy these odd questions. I mean, the media, kept misleading questions, like saying how you're so certain you have so kind of left-leaning, far left views, and two people on the ticket are far left. They're arguing that Kamala Harris is a corporate Democrat, and she is. But they're saying that maybe because people think, Democrats think she's progressive, and because of she does the culture war. Anna Kasparian says that she's doing the culture war. Maybe she's a candidate. She's a minority candidate, so it's like a cultural war. So that's why they think she's progressive. This is look at this, folks. I'm gonna hear this.
Dishonest framing on that is people are pretending that Kamala Harris is progressive. So they're like, wait, is it a problem to have two very similar...
I mean, she's not progressive. She's a former cop. And a lot of black people don't like her because she, a record of locking up, locking up black people in California. I think she locked up people with marijuana charges or conviction. They locked them up, long sentences. I mean, but she has done some reform on the criminal in California. She does some good things, but overall she's known for locking up people, poor black people and brown people, locking up them for not so for kind of like misdemeanor type charges. I mean, but look what they're saying.
Progressives
on
the ticket.
Yes, such a good point. Yes. Keep going.
Look, it's garbage. Look what Anna's gonna say, something totally ridiculous.
Wait, keep going.
Yeah, similar. How? What has Kamala Harris done that's progressive? You guys are just calling her progressive just because Donald Trump is calling her far left progressive. Why is cable news helping Donald Trump with a ludicrous talking point? Kamala Harris hasn't done anything progressive.
So I have a theory on that. In terms of economic policy,
It's a bad theory.
She is not a progressive. There's no indication that she's progressive.
Everybody knows that.
In fact, back in 2021, when she had the ability to essentially do away with the Senate parliamentarian to essentially allow for the passage of a higher minimum wage, she didn't do that. She didn't take that opportunity.
Okay, she's on point here. She's right about that. I agree with her on this. I think right now she's talking her on the left, which is traditional leftists will do, and then she's right. That's the main thing. She should have got rid of. They could have got rid of the parliamentarian, the speaker. She was the speaker. Well, she wasn't the speaker. She's the thing. It's not the speaker, but she has the final vote in the House. If it's a tie, the vice president has the vote, and she could have got rid of the parliamentarian, but she didn't. She's definitely right about that, and that's what most leftists would agree. But hear what she says now, though.
The reason why they see her as progressive is because she engages in the culture war optics of progressivism, right? Like that's all.
Culture war optics is garbage. What is? Because she's a minority, I guess. She looks. So yeah, you could say because she's a minority, she's optics. That's the optics there.
All it is. But in terms of
that,
like
barely.
not barely. Okay, like
See, James fighting back is garbage. She doesn't do that bullshit. I don't believe if what she said is a lie. Did you ever see anything, even when she's vice president? Like you never heard anything progressive out of her mouth about. Okay, she talked about abortion issues, but what she's talking about is black and brown people, like those kind of issues. That's what she means by culture war. I mean, and defund the police, even though she's a cop. She said defund the police. I don't remember her. Maybe on the campaign she did that when she was campaigning to be president.
Promoting of cops bad, all of that stuff. Like she did engage in that, and it's
for
optics.
A brief time. But what she actually did was she was a cop, right? And that's
exactly.
She used to be
exactly.
very effective prosecutor back in the day.
Exactly.
Once that came out of style with the Democratic Party, she immediately pivoted to, defund the police and all of that stuff.
So a 6 month
defund the police. She did that on the campaign, I remember. But she never did that when she was vice president. She never did that, defund the police. And she never defund no damn police. She's a prosecutor. Not the way that she did. Maybe she did some reform, probably. Or she tried to do some reform, I think. But that's defund the police, if you try to do some police reform. I think on the campaign, she advocated for defund the police when she was campaigning. But she's not a freaking culture war. She's not a progressive. That's not the reason why she's progressive. You think she's a progressive because of the Republic Donald Trump, and because she's black. Well, she's a minority. So they think she's progressive, maybe. But she's gonna say something stupid, more stupid.
Rhetorical pivot.
Yes.
Rhetorical. Yes. On one tiny issue, apparently makes her a far left progressive. I wish she was a progressive.
Okay.
Exactly, it's a tiny issue. It's not a big issue, but she's making it. But she's triggered by that. And she hates DEI. I guess Trump is saying, he buying into their talking points. Republican. So now she's talking. She's attacking. Now she's going it from the right. I mean, she's terrible, folks. Like Jimmy Dore. That's what Jimmy Dore does. And they criticize Jimmy Dore. She's like Jimmy Dore. I mean,
she's not anywhere near a progressive.
But what's also not helping,
Jink's right.
and I really want progressives and
more garbage
leftists to be aware of this, is the fact that they went from hating her, thinking that she's a cop, to now promoting her like crazy, right? And that gives this air, it gives this idea that Kamala Harris is beloved by leftists and progressives. And what I'm trying to...
And she's not loved by progressives. She's loved by regular Democrats, corporate, liberals. She's loved by liberals, not progressives or leftists. I think a lot of leftists, a lot of black people, look at the polls on black people. They don't like her. I think a lot of white liberals liked her. They like her, and a lot of, believe it or not, I think the moderate liberals like her. I think she's loved by liberals, not leftists. So-called leftists. Oh my God.
Communicate here is they have given their leverage away, because obviously you want someone like Tim Walz to be the running mate, as opposed to someone who's more conservative or moderate, like Mark Kelly, right, a senator from Arizona. And so if progressives are already 100% on board with Kamala Harris, what leverage does she have? Or what leverage do they have to push her to choose Tim Walz over Mark Kelly? Now you look at Mark Kelly, consider...
It's a garbage take. This is terrible. This is garbage, folks. This is a garbage take. I think no one thinks of her as a progressive. Who does that? I mean, come on. I don't want to think. Nobody thinks. I think they think of her like. They think she's like Joe Biden. I think mostly think of even MSNBC, crowd of MSNBC. They'll probably say they like her. They think of her as a moderate. I think most people think she's wrong. This is a bad take. I don't believe she's a progressive. I don't believe people think she's progressive. It's garbage. I mean, and these guys are doing the propaganda, the media, and so they believe what the media is saying.
That he's from Arizona. He has attacked his own party, the Democratic Party, over border policies. Kamala Harris knows that she's going to be targeted and attacked by Trump.
That'll be terrible. Mark Kelly. Look at this garbage.
On immigration. So right now, really, it's the moderate to conservative Democrats who have the leverage to push Kamala Harris to choose Mark Kelly rather than someone like Tim Walz. Stop giving your cookies away, progressives. Okay?
So it's the progressive. Oh my God. It's not the progressives. They're not progressives, my God. They don't believe they're progressive. They're less liberals. Maybe the shit liberals who think that. The one that actually thinks that. Garbage. This is a garbage, man. This show is garbage. Totally garbage. I stopped watching it for now. I don't watch it every day anymore. This is a garbage show. I used to watch this every day. Sometimes I haven't watched it live in a long time. But it's not a garbage take by Kasparin. And I'm gonna end this right now. Look at her face, folks. I'm out of this terrible horror show called TYT. A crazy show of politics. I mean, bad, totally unhinged takes. And she's like a MAGA, left wing. She's like a MAGA disguise. And you know what they say? If you cut a liberal, you get a fascist underneath. That's a great point. Somebody said that's a great point. Anyways, folks, I'm out of here.